Today I want to tell you something about 2027 election that nobody will tell you clearly enough. It's going to be decided on the campaign trial. It's not going to be decided by the best speeches or the best candidate or best policies, because many of us don't even read all of these things. And if things continue the way they are right now, the 2027 election is already decided by some much more fundamental things than all of these policies and all of that. 2027 election is going to be decided by money. It's going to be decided by structure. It's going to be decided by something called the power of the incumbency. And right now, only one party in Nigeria has all those three things. Today, I will tell you about all of that and tell you about the real practical achievable parts that we Nigerians can actually use to counter what APC has already built. So at the end of the video, you are going to understand what APC has, what they want to use, and how we can counter it. Stay with me. Welcome to this channel. I'm Adeoti Abayomi, Nigerian politics, current affairs, straight and simple every single day. Subscribe right now, turn on post notifications so that I don't miss any video. Today is a big one. Let's dive right in. Section number 1. What is power of incumbency? Let me start by explaining a phrase that politicians use all the time, and you might have come across it online, but you might not understand what it means. So let me break it down. In simple terms, it means the advantage that comes already with being in power when you are running for the election. And in Nigeria, those advantages are enormous. Advantage number 1, you control government appointments. Every minister, every director general, every board member, every ambassador, every senior civil servant, every military and police appointment, it flows from the president desk. These are the people who owe their position to you. Their loyalty is not optional. In an election year, the loyalty is deployed as a political machine. Advantage number 2, you control contracts. Every major governmental contract, every infrastructure project, every procurement exercise goes through the executive. The businessman who wins the contract, do not forget about them. And in election season, they give back in cash, in logistics, and in influence to the person that appointed those contracts. Advantage number 3, you control security agencies. Listen, the police, the DSS, the military all reports to the executive. In a contested election, the side that controls who gets harassed, who gets protected at a polling unit has structural advantage that no amount of enthusiasm can cover. Advantage number 4, you control narrative of governance. Every government program, every intervention, every distribution of palliatives is branded Renewed Hope Initiative. You must have seen this already. These things are distributed before the election with what? The APC logo on every bag of rice, every bag of sembo. Advantage number 5, which is the most alarming. Allegation currently in Nigerian politics. APC governors are alleged to have secretly agreed to make monthly deductions from their state's FAAC allocation, and they channel this fund into a private account linked with Hope Uzodinma, the chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum. The money was allegedly held under the platform named Renewed Hope Ambassadors and later Renew Hope Network. The total amount alleged to have been raised exceeds 800 billion naira. You heard me. 800 billion naira from public funds. Your money, my money, the money meant for our roads in our local government, money meant for security, money meant for drugs in your states, for teacher salaries, allegedly are diverted into an election campaign funds. The ADC's word, not mine, described this as wickedness on an industrial scale, saying the government that told Nigerians that there's no money to reduce suffering somehow found a way to allegedly mobilize over 800 billion for politics. Now, to be fair, these are simple allegations. No court has confirmed them, APC has denied them, but Serap formally petitioned INEC demanding an immediate investigation and one that legal action would follow if the commission failed to respond. And the fact that financial minister was removed shortly after the story emerged is a detail that has not been lost on political analysts. I hope I'm not losing you. Section number 2, the community money structure, how this actually works. Now, I want to explain how APC ground level operation actually works, because this part determines election in Nigeria, and it is the part that political commentators on television never properly explain to the ordinary people. APC has millions of registered card carrying members across Nigeria, not voters, members, people who have collected party cards, pay dues and receive benefits in exchange for formal party registration. In the months before an election, those members are activated through the ward structure. Money, rice, semo, kerosene, gas and other items flow from the party structure through the state chairman to the local government chairman to the ward coordinators and to the unit level agents. This is what is called grassroots mobilization. In reality, it is a structured vote purchasing system. In a civilized country, this will not be allowed, but it is the way they buy votes illegally that looks legal. But here is the part that makes the simple advice of collect the money and vote your conscience mostly a myth in Nigerian communities. Because listen, in small towns and rural communities, everyone knows everyone. The ward chairman knows your face. The unit agent knows your house. The children go to school with your children. When APC gives your community 5,000 per person before an election, the implicit contract is that your polling unit must deliver a certain number of votes. If your unit was expected to deliver 200 votes and it delivers 120, that gap is noticed. People are traced through community structure. The consequence is really violent, though sometimes they are. More often than not, they are social and economical loss of access to local government patronage, difficulty of getting market stores and community contracts, being known as someone who can not be trusted with future distribution. Like your community will not be getting some allocations anymore. Are you getting me? In communities where the local government is APC controlled and is the primary source of economical opportunities, the social pressure is very real. This is why voting your conscience sounds simple on social media and is generally difficult for many Nigerian communities on ground. It is not a character failure of the voters. It is a rational response of a system that uses social pressure as a tool of political control. Are we getting me? Let's go to section number 3. What 800 billion buys before an election? Now, I want to be specific about what that 800 billion in a campaign funds actually does in the months before a Nigerian election, because that number is large. It's almost abstract, but let me make it connect. Okay, follow me now. That number, it buys cash distribution to millions of Nigerian votes across Nigerian 36 states in the weeks immediately before an election day. The 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira, 20,000 naira notes handed to voters in those community meetings, religious gatherings are funded by this kind of war chest. Already, those money are already being used. Online, there have been people posting Semovita and all of that. It buys loyalty of local government chairmen, ward coordinators, unit agents, and the people who actually control who shows up to vote and what happens at the polling unit level. These people are paid for their work. They are not volunteers. It buys branded campaign materials, the renewed old bags you have been seeing, the renewed old t-shirts, the renewed old cap, the renewed old vehicles, the social media advertising, the radio jingles, and the television commercials that saturate the Nigerian media in the month before the election. Wait, oh, that's not all. It buys private jets, the stadium rallies, the crowd busying, and the logistics of a nationwide campaign that reaches every ward in every local government in Nigeria. Listen, it buys access to community leaders, religious leaders, markets, women associations, youth groups who are approached with envelope and told that their community relationship with the federal government depend on their cooperation and their votes. Don't get lost, guys. Against that kind of financial power, the NDC with its youth energy and the ADC with its experienced politicians, they are both fighting an asymmetric battle. Not impossible, but genuinely very difficult. The war that NDC and ADC are fighting against APC, all the difficult. I'm actually sweating. That is what APC put me into. Section number 4. But here is how Nigerians can still win. How can we still, triumph over this whole problem? I've just described the problem down. So I want to tell us what we the ordinary Nigerians and the opposition can actually do. Because this video is not just about despair, not to spoil our mind. It's about understanding the system well enough so that we can fight. If you know NDC leaders, tag them to this video. There are 3 things that 800 billion cannot afford. And those are the 3 things that the opposition will use as a real weapon. Weapon number 1, polling unit agents and resulting sheets. The most important lesson from every Nigerian election that has been successfully defended or challenged is this: the rigging does not primarily happen at the ballot box. It happens at the coalition stage. When results are moved from polling unit to the ward level, to the local government level, to the state level, that's where numbers are changed. So if every opposition supporter become a registered polling unit agent and sits inside the polling unit with their own result sheets, writes down the real number after counting, and they have their photograph of the results, the manipulation at the higher level becomes much more harder to sustain, because you cannot change a number that is 50 people from a polling unit that's already independently recorded and then change it to another number. It's not possible. The obedient movement in 2023 actually did this in many urban polling units, and it worked. That was how they knew that one particular state was rigged. Let's not talk about it. But the problem was the coverage. They could not cover every unit across 176,000 polling units nationwide. So in 2027, the goal now must be 100% coverage, one trained agent in every polling unit, so that when we are going to court, we know what we are fighting. Weapon number 2, the economy as the equalizer. Now, when a government gives you 5,000 naira, but petrol bill increased by 50,000 naira this year, the transactional calculation shifts. Some voters, especially those who have experienced the most personal and permanent pain from Tinubu's policies, will take the money and still vote against the government, not because they are heroes, but because the pain is real and the 5,000 naira does not fix the pain. The opposition messaging must speak to the pain directly, specifically and repeatedly, not abstract political arguments, concrete daily realities. The transport cost, the food budget, your children's school fees, generator of fuel. And when those numbers are in the campaign, the 5,000 naira bag of rice, it looks small. The 5,000 naira semo, it looks small compared to what has been taken from us. That's the weapon we can use. Educate the people. Weapon number 3, the diaspora and the first-time voters. This category of Nigerian voters, these are the ones that this money cannot buy. They are young professional people. They are registering to vote for the first time after 2023 because 70% did not vote. So now we are angry. The number of diaspora registered voters while visiting home, the university students who watched their purchasing power collapse and decided that this time they must participate. Isaac Fayose called on Nigerians to be more discerning about the handouts they received during political campaign, asserting that the rice and the cash being distributed to voters are funded by the very taxes and the allocation that belongs to us, the people themselves, ourselves. So we have to bring these university graduates, people, let them come and vote. The message must be amplified loudly and repeatedly. The money they are giving to you is your money. They took it from your money, from the FAAC allocation, from your state education budget, from your hospital that has no drugs. They are returning a fraction of the money they took from you. Like, this is your whole bowl of rice. They are giving you just two pieces of rice so that you can. They are returning the fraction of the money they took from you and asking you to sign over 4 years. 4 years of pain in exchange for small bag of rice, small bag of semo. When voters can understand that this small money they are giving to them is them paying for 4 years of pain, understand the psychological contract, the loyalty will change. Are you getting me? Let's go to section number 5. What the NDC and the ADC must do right now. Now, I want to end with specific things the opposition must do between now and January 16th, 2027. 1. Stop competing with each other and start competing with APC. Every week that Atiku and Peter will be spent attacking each other on the public is a week that Tinubu does not need to spend defending his own self. The unity conversation must begin. Campaign and do your this thing, but unite. Don't attack each other. It is you people versus Tinubu. Number 2, build polling unit agents. Spend time build polling unit agents urgently. This is not glamorous work. It is not on television. This is what the most important electoral infrastructure that the opposition can actually build before election. Build the agents. Number 3, make the 800 billion allegation the central campaign message. The ADC already said it clearly, right? You cannot impoverish the people to fund your own re-election. You are suffering the people just to fund the re-election. Nigerians, are we blind? Are we fools? I believe that we can remember. Our minds are not dull. The message must be on every billboard, every social media, every rally. The rice they are giving to you is your money coming back to you. Can we Print a big billboard and let people see it. The semo you are collecting in your state is your money, and not every of your money, just a fraction of your money. Number 4, register. Bro, every single Nigerian who want change must have their PVC, and you must be at the polling unit on January 16th, not watching on television, because I will be out. I will not be on social media on that day. You will not be on social media on that day arguing, but be at your polling unit with your voter's card, with your result sheet, with your pen and paper, with your camera. Everybody open your eyes. We must stay until the counting is done. The power of incumbency is real, right? The 800 billion naira is alleged, and I feel like it's real. The community pressure is real, but the power of millions of Nigeria who have decided they want a different country, that is real, my brother. And on the right day with the right organization, we can beat the incumbency. It has happened before. It can happen again. Now, here's the big question. I want to ask you guys this question. APC has money. APC has structure. Incumbency. Allegedly 800 billion naira for campaign funds that was built from our FAAC allocation. You see those 50 naira to take for our 10,000 naira. Oh, the honest reality is this is what we are facing right now, right? But here is what APC does not have. We have already listed what they have, but these are things they don't have. It does not have the trust of millions of Nigerians anymore. The millions of Nigerians who watched petrol price grow from 195 naira or 200 naira to 1,200 naira. Those who have watched their salaries lose 70% of the value, even if they increase the minimum wage. Those who have watched children kidnapped in schools and beheaded, even on camera. Somebody just died recently, former general. Money cannot buy presence at polling units. It cannot buy away 3 years of genuine suffering. The question for every Nigerian watching this video is simple. When they come to your community, when the rice and the 5,000 naira and the semovita come, will you take it? Will you take it and disappear from the polling unit, or you will take it and go to the polling unit and vote your conscience? Stay until the counting is done and then photograph it, make sure it's online, let everybody see the results. Anyways, that decision multiplied across millions of Nigeria is the only counter against 800 billion naira. That's the only counter against 800 billion naira that's actually on ground for the APC to use, allegedly by the ADC. I want to hear from you in the comment section. Do you think we can beat APC's incumbency? Do you think the common Nigerian can unite and face the APC incumbency machine in 2027? And if you were the opposition campaign director, what is the first thing that you would like to do after watching all of this? Share this video to everyone that needs to understand what this is, and make sure you let people know that their vote matter, because we have explained what our vote can do, right? And where we stand at the moment. Please ensure you share it so that everybody can understand how we can become the difference. Subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell. New video drops every day. I'll see you on the next one. God bless Nigeria. God bless you. God bless every Nigerian who is fighting for a better country.